Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Okay, all of you, please switch on your videos. Those who are not facing any kind of network issues, please switch on your videos. Okay, children. So in our last class, we discussed about the electromagnetic induction. That is chapter 6, electromagnetic induction. And I hope that you received and go through the notes and exercise that I sent through the WhatsApp group. Okay. Did you go through the notes of electromagnetic induction? Okay. So that's all about the chapter. And one more topic is left in it. That is AC generator. We are discuss the topic AC generator in the next chapter. That is what is we are going to start today. Alternating current. Okay. So today we are moving to the new chapter. That is our chapter 7, alternating current. So all of you write the next heading. Chapter 7, alternating current. Alternating current. Have you heard about this term alternating current before? If it is a familiar term to you, alternating current. We have an idea about current, electric current that we were already discussed in the chapter electricity or electric current. Then what do you mean by alternating current? What do you mean by current? Can you define current?
Rate of flow of charges.
Yes, the rate of flow of charge is known as current. But in this chapter, we are specifically define alternating current. So basically, we have two different types of current. One is direct current and other is alternating current. So we divide the entire term electric current into two. One is direct current and other is alternating current. The direct current is called in simpler terms, we are call it as DC current. Similarly, the alternating current is also known as, in short term, it is known as AC current. So basically, we have two different types of current. One is DC current or direct current, and other is AC current or alternating current. And what is the difference between this direct current and that of the alternating current? Any idea? Can you guess the difference between direct current and that of the alternating current? All of you, please switch on your video. What is the difference between this direct current and that of the alternating current? Yes, Achut. Alternating current are those current that changes its direction at regular intervals of time or at alternating intervals. As its name implies, it is alternating current. Alternating current. So alternating currents are those current that changes its direction at regular intervals. But in the case of direct current, are those current which do not changes its direction at regular intervals are called direct current. We are most preferably familiar with that of the use of direct current because in our experiments, we are using the batteries. When you are inserting a battery into a circuit, what happens? The current is started to flow through the circuit from positive terminal to negative terminal. But in such cases, we can see a steady and direct flow of the current. So if you are inserting a battery into a circuit, we can observe the direct current. It is a steady and direct flow of the current. The current does not change its direction at regular intervals. But when we are dealing with some electrical devices like electric generator, have you heard about the term electric generator? What do you mean by electric generators? What is the use of electric generator?
Current.
Yes, it produce or it generate current. Electric generator, something that generate. So electric generator is a device that generate current And electric generators produce current, and the current that produced by the electric generators are alternating in nature because it changes its direction at a regular intervals. So now let us see what are the characteristics and what is the definition of alternating current, and we can see some difference between alternating current and that of the direct current. So here you can see the definition for alternating current. Alternating current is defined as the current that varies like a sine function with the time. It varies like a sine, the mathematical sine function with the time. Or you can write alternating current is defined as the current that varies at alternate intervals or that varies at regular intervals are called alternating current. And we are representing the alternating current like this. So these are some basic ideas about the chapter. What about the definition of alternating current and all? This is the representation of alternating current. So in the alternating current, we have maximum and minimum values are possible. Alternating current is defined as the current that varies like a sine function with respect to time. So if we are drawing a graph of current with respect to time, it varies just like this. That is, the value of the current is varies at regular intervals. At alternate regular intervals are called alternating current. And the value of this alternating current will oscillate between a maximum value and that of a minimum value. That is why for domestic purposes, most of the electrical devices that we are used, that is working based upon this alternating current, because we can vary the value of current as we need. According to our option or according to our choice, we can vary the value of the current. That is why because of this, most of the electrical devices are working based upon this alternating current. And for domestic purpose, we are prefer this alternating current over that of the direct current. The value of the current will oscillate between a maximum value and a minimum value. And in case of alternating current, the current is changing its magnitude at every instant of time. Sometimes the value of the current is here. Sometimes it may be 10 ampere, but in the next interval, it becomes 0 ampere. Again, it becomes 10 ampere. So the magnitude of the current is changes at every instant of time. In alternating current, the magnitude of this alternating current is changes at every instant of time. And the last point, the last characteristics of alternating current, the direction of current will be clockwise and anti-clockwise, and it will keep on repeating. The direction of the alternating current can be clockwise or anti-clockwise. So that is why we call it as alternating current. Alternating current are those current which changes its magnitude and direction at regular intervals. Both the magnitude and direction of such currents are changes at alternate intervals or at regular intervals. That is why we call such currents as alternating current, or in simpler term, we call it as AC currents. AC. Is it over?
No, no.
Okay, then Gauri, what do you mean by alternating current?
It is defined as a current that varies like a sine function with time.
Okay, it is a current that varies at like a sine function with respect to time are called alternating current. Vidur, can you say any one of the characteristic of alternating current?
The value of current will oscillate between maximum value and minimum value.
Okay, the value of the current is oscillate between maximum and minimum value. Emmanuel, next point.
In case of AC, the current is changing its magnitude at every instant of time.
Okay, in alternating current, the magnitude of this alternating current is changes at every instant of time. Then Dia, next one.
The direction of current will be clockwise and anti-clockwise, and it will keep repeating.
Okay, the direction of the current is also changes clockwise and anti-clockwise, and it will be keeps on repeating. Can we move to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then the next one is alternating current is represented as I is equal to Im sine omega t. So if it is a direct current, we are simply represented in terms of capital letter I. But if it is an alternating current, we represent it as I is equal to Im, where m is the suffix. Im sine omega t. Alternating current is expressed as I is equal to Im sine omega t. So when we are discussing about the alternating current, instead of the term or the letter I, here we are going to use Im sine omega t. Im sine omega t is represents the alternating current, because as we told earlier, alternating current are those current that is varies just like a sine function with respect to time. That is why here we are introducing a sine term into the representation of alternating current. That is why I is equal to Im sine omega t. And what is Im represents? Im is the maximum or peak value of the alternating current. In Im sine omega t, Im is represents maximum or peak value of the alternating current. And this alternating current is produced as a result of when we are providing an alternating source of EMF into a circuit. So that alternating source of EMF is known as alternating voltage. And the alternating voltage is expressed as V is equal to Vm sine omega t. Alternating voltage or alternating EMF source is represented by V is equal to Vm sine omega t. Instead of symbol V, the letter symbol V, here we are using Vm sine omega t to represent the alternating voltage, where Vm is the peak value of the voltage, peak value of the alternating voltage. The alternating current is represented by Im sine omega t. Similarly, alternating voltage is represented by Vm sine omega t, where Im is the maximum or peak value of the alternating current. Similarly, Vm is the maximum or peak value of the alternating voltage. Okay. Shivani, how we can represent the alternating current? I think your audio is not working. I is equal to? Okay, dear. The same question is to Punya. How we can represent alternating current?
I is equal to Im sine omega t.
Okay, what is Im stands for?
Maximum or peak value of alternating current.
All right. Then Anna, what about alternating voltage?
V equal to Vn sine sine.
Sine omega t. V is equal to Vm sine omega t. Here we are not using the theta function. Instead of that, here we are using omega. This is not W. This is known as omega. Okay. And this omega t is represents the phase angle. Omega t is the phase angle. instead of theta, here we are using another term that is omega t, because here the current is varies its magnitude and direction with respect to time, just like a sine function. So here we are representing it in terms of sine omega t, where omega t is the phase angle. I am sine omega t. In such case, omega t is the phase angle of the current. If it is in the case of alternating voltage, V is equal to Vm sine omega t, where that omega t is represents the phase angle of alternating voltage. So omega t is represents phase angle. Okay. Now we are going to discuss the comparison between AC and DC. What is the main difference between alternating current and that of the direct current? So the direct current are those current that is flows in one direction. It is a steady flow of current are called direct current. Or we can say the electrons are flow in one direction. The rate of flow of charge is known as current. And we know that the electrons are the charge which is flowing through the circuit. That is what is known as current. If it is a direct current, the electrons are flows in one direction or it is in the same direction. But in the case of alternating current, the electrons are flows in both directions. So we get a maximum and minimum value of the current. In the case of direct current, magnitude remains constant. In direct current, the magnitude remains constant. But in the case of alternating current, the magnitude is varies with respect to time. It is oscillate between a maximum and minimum value. Direct current can be stored in batteries, but alternating current cannot be stored. And examples for direct current is batteries, and alternating current is AC generators and mains. AC generators are the device that generate the electric current which is alternating in nature. And this is the representation of direct current and that of the alternating current. So here the magnitude will remains constant. So the flow of current is steady flow of current can be observed in direct current. But in the case of alternating current, the magnitude is oscillate between a maximum and a minimum value or it is changes in both direction. So the diagram representing the alternating current like this. Direct current are those current in which the electrons are flows in one direction, but in the case of alternating current, the electrons are flows in both direction. In direct current, the magnitude remains constant, but in alternating current, it varies with respect to time. And direct current can be stored in batteries, but the alternating current cannot be stored. And the example for direct current are batteries and alternating current are AC generators and mains. Is it over? All right. Then Sania, can you say any one difference between direct current and that of the alternating current?
Current can be stored in batteries, and alternating current cannot be stored in batteries.
Okay, very good. Evelyn, any other difference between direct current and that of the alternating current?
In direct currents, electrons will flow in one direction, and
Yes.
in alternating current, electrons will flow in both the directions.
Electrons are flows in both direction. Okay, good. Then next one, Sri Hari. Any other difference between direct current and that of the alternating current?
Magnitude remains constant in DC and it
Okay.
varies in AC.
It varies in AC. Rijas, can you say one example for direct current? Battery. Donna, any one example for alternating current?
AC generators and
Mains, AC generators and main circuit boards. Okay, so now let us see what are the advantages of this AC current over the DC current. So next heading, advantages of alternating current over the DC currents, direct currents. Alternating current is easy to generate than DC. AC current are easy to generate than DC. And it is cheaper to generate AC than DC. The third advantage, AC generators have higher efficiency than that of the DC generators. We have basically two types of generators are the two types of electric generators. One is AC generator and other is DC generator. We will discuss about in our further classes. So out of these two generators, AC generators are said to be more efficient than that of the DC generators. AC generators are the generators that producing alternating current, and DC generators are the generators that producing the direct current. The loss of energy during transmission is negligible for AC. The loss of energy during transmission is negligible for AC. And the alternating current can be easily converted into DC, but the reverse process is not possible. Alternating current can be converted into direct current, but the direct current cannot be converted into AC. That is one of the disadvantages of a DC, direct current. The last one, the variation of AC can easily be done using transformers, either step up or step down transformers. So with the help of step up or step down transformers, we can convert the alternating current into direct current. Or we can vary the value of alternating voltage. If we need the high amount of voltage, we can use as a step up transformer. And if you want to reduce the amount of voltage, we can use a step down transformer. We will discuss about the working and functions of this transformers in our in this chapter. Construction and working of this transformers. These are the different advantages of AC, alternating current over the direct current. Alternating current is easy to generate. It is cheaper to generate the AC than DC. And the AC generators have higher efficiency than DC. The loss of energy during transmission is negligible. The AC can be easily converted into DC with the help of step up or step down transformers. Now, any two advantages of AC over DC?
AC is easy to generate than DC.
Okay. All right. Hmm. Yes, Naureen. One more advantages of AC over DC. Sharon.
The AC can be easily converted into DC.
Hmm. One more.
The AC generators have higher efficiency than DC.
Okay, the AC generators have higher efficiency than DC generators. So now I will give you a basic idea about this chapter. In this chapter, we have to discuss the AC voltage over different components. Mainly here we are going to discuss about three different types of component. One is resistor. Second one is injector. And the last one is capacitor. Okay. So here we are going to apply the AC voltage. We are passing the AC voltage through each of these components. First one is resistor, then second one is injector, and the last one is capacitor. And we want to derive some expression for the current that is flowing through this resistor, injector, and capacitor. And as a result, what about the nature of the power generated in the three components such as resistor, inductor, and capacitor? We have an idea about this resistor, inductor, and capacitor. What do you mean by resistor? What do you mean by resistor? Resistor. It is not a new term for you. What do you mean by resistor?
Resist the flow of current.
Resistor is a device that opposes the flow of a current through the circuit. And inductor is also not a new device. Here we are discuss about these inductors in our last chapters. Have you heard about the solenoid and that of the toroid? The solenoid toroid devices are known as the inductors, which is enabled to produce the phenomenon like self-induction and mutual induction. And the resistors are represented by the letter R. Inductors are represented by the letter L. And the last one is capacitors. Capacitors are the devices that is used to store the charges. It is represented by the letter C. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the applications and what happens to AC voltage when it is passing through resistor, and what about its graphical representation, what about its phasor diagrams and all. And we are deriving expression for the power that is developed in a resistor when an AC voltage is passing through such circuits. Then the same thing we are going to discuss in the case of inductors. We are passing the AC voltage through the device known as inductor. And what about its graphical representation, phasor diagram for this inductors, and what about the nature of the power generated in the inductors whenever the AC current is flowing through the circuit, which is connected with the inductor. Then the same thing we are discussing in the case of capacitor. We consider a circuit, we are replacing this inductor with that of the capacitor, and an AC voltage is passing through the circuit. And then we discuss about the graphical representation, phasor diagram, and the expression for power that is generated in such a circuit, which consists of this capacitor whenever the AC voltage is passing through the circuit containing the capacitor. So first of all, we can discuss the AC voltage applied to a resistor. So all of you write the next heading. AC voltage applied to a resistor. AC voltage applied to a resistor. what is the characteristics of resistive AC circuit? In resistive AC circuit, or when we are applying the AC voltage to a circuit, or when we are applying AC voltage to a resistor, in resistive AC circuit, there will be only resistors and no other circuit elements will be present in it. Okay, if you are considering an resistive AC circuit, it consists only a resistor. There is no any other elements are present in it. So here you can see the image. Only the resistor is present here, and there is an alternating source of EMF V. V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So all of you write the after writing the heading AC voltage applied to a resistor. Consider the circuit with a resistor. Consider the circuit with a resistor. Consider a circuit with a resistor. And apply an alternating voltage source and apply an alternating voltage source of EMF. Consider a circuit with a resistor and apply an alternating voltage source of EMF. V is equal to, how we are representing the alternate voltage source? How we are representing the alternate voltage source, alternating voltage source of EMF?
Vm sin
Vm sin omega t. So consider a circuit with a resistor and apply an alternate voltage source of EMF. V is equal to Vm sin omega t into it. Vm sin omega t into it. In certain other textbook, instead of this Vm, they are using V0. Both are right. Instead of writing Vm sin omega t, in other textbook, they are used to write V0 sin omega t. Both are right. So here we are consider a circuit with a resistor and then an alternate source of EMF V is equal to Vm sin omega t is applied into it. And what is the characteristics or speciality of a resistive AC circuit? It consists only the resistor element. It doesn't contain any other kind of circuit elements. It only consists the resistor. And then also an alternate source of EMF, that is V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So when we are connecting this alternate source of EMF into this resistor, what happens? The current I is equal to Im sin omega t is started to flow through the circuit. Then the current I is equal to, because here we are connecting an alternating voltage source. When we are connecting an alternating voltage source, it produces a current which is alternating in nature. Its magnitude and direction is changes at regular intervals. So when we are connecting this alternating source of EMF, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, an alternating current is started to flow through the circuit, that is given by I is equal to Im sin omega t. Then, according to Ohm's law, we know, yes?
I not draw the diagram.
Okay. So here we are consider a circuit with resistor R and an alternate source of EMF V is equal to Vm sin omega t is applied to it. When we are applying this alternate source of EMF, an alternating current I is equal to Im sin omega t started to flow through this circuit. If you are applying an AC voltage to a resistor, it is a resistive AC circuit. And in such a circuit, it consists only the resistor. There is no any other circuit elements are present in such circuits. Achyut, is it over?
It's not.
Okay. Then according to Ohm's law, we have, what is Ohm's law?
V is equal to IR.
V is equal to IR. By Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. Or I is equal to, if V is equal to IR, what is I represents I?
Where?
I is equal to V by R. V is equal to IR or I is equal to V by R. But here we are discussing about the alternating current and alternating source of EMF. So we can replace this current and voltage in terms of alternating current and alternating voltage. That is, or we can write I is equal to, instead of this, here we are applying alternating source of EMF. So instead of V, we can write Vm sin omega t. Vm sin omega t divided by R. I remains the same. We can change it in terms of Vm by R. I is equal to Vm sin omega t by R. And we know that I is equal to V by R. Similarly, what about Vm by R? Vm by R is equal to, if I is equal to V by R, then Vm by R for a maximum peak voltage, Im. If I is equal to V by R, we can write Vm by R is equal to Im. That is the maximum peak value of the current. That is, I is equal to Vm by R, it is equal to Im. So Im sin omega t. This is the expression for the current that is flowing through this resistive AC circuit. So here we are starting from our Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, we know that V is equal to IR. And here we want to find an expression for the current that is flowing through this resistive AC circuit. So for that, we are just modify the equation. It becomes I is equal to V by R. And here we consider the alternating source of EMF. So instead of writing the symbol V, we changed it into Vm sin omega t. I is equal to Vm sin omega t by R. So if I is equal to V by R, here we are consider the voltage source, the maximum or peak value of the alternating voltage. It is represented by Vm by R. Vm by R is equal to the maximum peak value of current. The maximum or peak value of the voltage is produced, maximum or peak value of the current. It is represented by Im. Therefore, the expression becomes I is equal to Im sin omega t, where Im is equal to Vm by R. Im is equal to Vm by R. So this is the value of current or that is flowing through the resistive AC circuit. I is equal to Im sin omega t. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And here omega t is represents the phase angle. Omega t is represents the phase angle of current. Im sin omega t is represents the phase angle of current. If it is Vm sin omega t, the omega t is represents the phase angle of the voltage. And in the case of resistive AC circuit, in resistive AC circuit, both the current and voltage are in the same phase. In resistive AC circuit, both the current and voltage are in the same phase.
Ma'am, can you say again?
In resistive AC circuits, both the current and the voltage are in the same phase. They are along the same direction. The current and voltage are in the same phase, or they are varying along the same direction. It will be more clear when we are discussing about the graphical representation of this resistive AC circuit. So you just write a point. In resistive AC circuit, the current and the voltage are along the same phase, or they are in the same phase.
Ma'am, PHAC, right?
Yes.
No, ma'am. What was the last word you said?
The current and the voltage are in the same phase, PHAC, phase. Here omega t is represents the phase angle. The phase angle of both the current and the EMF are the same. So they are in the same phase. Okay. So now let me take your attendance.